Welcome back, subscribers. This is Johnny Hopper. Today's going to be a little bit different video. I'm just going to be a prediction on what I think is going to happen at Washougal. And MX vs. ATV All Out has done a pretty cool thing with this DLC with more or less nostalgia with having the tracks out there. So I figured we'll give it a go, and I'll probably write about it like I did when I tried to qualify. This is a race I actually haven't qualified for, but I do like the track. I haven't raced too many times because it's like a 24-hour drive up to Washougal. And the track seems to be fairly loamy. Oh, wow, that was a wonderful start. But it's pretty cool that the DLC actually does the track some justice as far as it's got the right layout. It's not near as rough as in real life, but I wouldn't say that this is one of the roughest tracks on the circuit. And what's really dangerous about this track is all the shadows. All the shadows make it hard to see those deep ruts. If it was just really dry and that blue groove, it wouldn't be as bad. But once you get into the trees, it's really hard to see those bumps, and you could get cross-rutted really easy. And I'm pretty much getting my butt kicked, which is pretty typical as far as in real life what has happened at Washington. I was, I would say, 1 or 2 seconds away from qualifying every time I went up there. And then my LCQ, I always finished 8th or 9th, and they take that 4, and I didn't even make the jump there. But as far as who I think is going to win this weekend, well, if we look at last year, well, Eli Tomac won both motos, swept it with 50 points right away, and he qualified first. Ken Roczen, he qualified 8th last year, and he ended up going 3-2. And then Marvin ended up going 2-3. Oh, that was a bummer. He got beat out for the overall, but they tied in points with the 42-42. Cooper Webb, who won Millville, where is that right? Cooper, he qualified 4th, and he ended up going 7th. Do I think Cooper is going to do better than what he's previously done here? Now that he's not on that factory Yamaha, he's on the KTM. I personally think Cooper Webb is going to be on the podium this weekend. I think that Eli Tomac, oh man, we've got some major stutter going here. I think Eli Tomac is probably going to sweep both motos again. He's probably going to go 1-1. And as far as Roczen goes, it would be cool to see Roczen win at least one of the motos. Oh god. There we go into the stands. Did I just get lapped? And then these whoops don't do it justice. These are like full-on giant supercross whoops. And there's a lap. What? Do we even say what my lap time was? Well, that wasn't an official lap because of the start. We're not actually finished with the track. It's pretty cool that they've got some of the already bumps going and some of the ruts, which is pretty cool, so you don't start at the track with just it being completely blue groove. And I would say the dirt here is more of a loam, so it's going to get some pretty choppy bumps, and of course it's going to get some deep ruts, but they're going to be these more lighter bumps, smaller bumps, especially coming out of the corners. And again, TV does not do it justice because this track looks like it's so wide open, and it's, you know, even this section, but it's honestly, it's a lot shorter than what you think. The elevation change feels quite a bit greater than what you see on TV. But again, the worst thing I see about this track is the damn shadows. The trees definitely make it pretty, but it's, in my opinion, one of the more dangerous tracks because you're kind of going into sections blind. and I am 30 seconds behind all these guys. So, more or less, I want to know who you guys think is going to win. I personally think it's going to be Eli. I think he's going to go 1-1, but I think Roczen's going to be right there. I think Roczen actually might end up getting a couple hole shots and being out front in front of Tomac for just a bit, but I think at the end of the 30-minute moto, I think he's going to come out on top. Roczen probably will have within the same second of Tomac, but just from what's going on with his health, I don't think he's going to be able to keep it. And I think Cooper might actually end up getting some really, really good starts, which I think he is, because I think he's got his mojo going after winning both motos at the semi-muddy Millville. Second moto wasn't as bad as the first moto, but I think his speed is just a little bit off when it comes to against Tomac. But I think he's ultimately going to get caught, and I think he'll probably be on the podium. I don't think Marvin's going to be on the podium because I think Webb's going to be on the podium. So you heard it from me. I think it's going to be Tomac, Roczen, Webb. So let me know what you guys think. And my best was a 2:36. Let's see what the qualifying times were. Oy vey, that would put me pretty much damn near last when it comes to qualifying if this was actually me. Realistically, I was more right around the 40th to 50th every time I went up there. I did enjoy the track. I just wasn't super, super fast on it. But we see Eli Tomac was a 2:10. And gosh, yeah, if I was up there, I've always been 10 to 12 seconds slower than those guys. So anyway, let me know what you guys think, who you think is going to be on the podium and in what order, and who you think is going to win. Anyway, this is Johnny Hopper. Brah!